about the city farm. We did get a good vote by council to keep it on as park in the future land use map. But that doesn't mean it's guaranteed, so we have to keep at it. We have a website, riverviewfarmpark.com. So there's a lot of information on there. I encourage you to go on there. I have some brochures with me today if you'd like to have one. Now, what I have here is more of a national concern. So the first one I'll do as a poem, and the second one actually is a song. So I call this Waking Up. As the people stood quietly puzzled, both the common folk and the aloof, on that bright morning that he did wake up, it was the first time that he told us the truth. No longer reciting excuses or saying how great things would be, just a simple, direct conversation. Such a change that no one could foresee. As he spoke words to unite us all together and listened to those with much need, we felt not the least of a wonder if his greatest motive was greed. As he sought ways to save our environment and to protect all the parks we hold dear, our breathing came easier that day, and we saw something great at last here. With no longer a need to be giving another tall building his name, it seemed that at last he had grown up and no longer sought money and fame. At last he had learned how to lead us, no longer in ways that demean. Alas, it was I who'd been dreaming in all of this. Only a dream. Okay. Alas, it was I who'd been sleeping and all this only a dream. So that's the way that one ends. And sometimes you start a poem and you don't know how it's going to end until you get down to the last, but you know, sometimes you can say things and it really mean something else. Now this next one, I wrote about half of this back last spring. But I really don't have a tune for it. But I was looking over it this morning, and I said, well, the first few lines fit a well-known song, but the last few lines of each verse, there's a problem there because they just don't fit, so I had to rewrite half of each verse. First three lines, fine. The last three lines I had to rewrite using the same, they had the same meaning, but they had to be written a different way. So this is how it goes. And by the way, the times, they are indeed changing. We still are divided by what we should do. The shootings in Texas and Florida too. The memories of Blacksburg, all that they went through. A much better way we are needing. Get out of the politics and try something new. It's time to stop all of this bleeding. Where comes all this anger that now does abound? The road to disaster so easily found. Too many too early now lay in the ground. Their brothers and sisters now pleading. All those of goodwill must now come around. It's time to stop all of this bleeding. The time is soon coming unless we do find an answer now needed, unless we unwind the arguments keeping us captive in time. And all of this hatred stop feeding. Don't wait for another who's half lost his mind. It's time to stop all of this bleeding. We need a solution, some answers, my friend, and not just the same stalemate that never does end. Our words are just empty if we do pretend that things will improve without leading. We must work together, the right message to send. It's time to stop all of this bleeding.
You just brilliantly altered a Bob Dylan song, man. Okay. Now, that just requires a few moments of hesitation. Okay. First off, the stones of it. Okay. Second of all, the success of it. Okay. So, look, I'm sorry, but I don't care how you feel. That's getting posted. Okay. That is getting posted, my friend. Okay. I don't know what to do with that. Okay.